Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I can appreciate that it's been ordered, but it's not been ordered by me. So I just don't understand why I can't return them, because I'm just getting swamped now and it's getting a little bit daft. Not only that, we had a load of protesters turn up and basically stopped me showing off the prize train of the video. So basically, that's all gone to cock. So if you could just let me return them and just get a refund, and that'd be absolutely perfect. What do you mean, no? I tell you what. What do you mean, just stop oranges? Oh, get you sent off, idiot. Oh, hey up, folks. Sorry about that. We're just on phone call again. I'm always seem to be on phone, don't I, nowadays? But basically, I've got to the bottom of all these orders. You know, all these orders have been coming in, and I thought it was Sally, because there's only me and Sally got computers, but basically it weren't either of us. It was basically my cat, Percy, has been sitting on my keyboard. He likes to sit on stuff, and he's basically ordered a load more of these containers. This time they look like they were done in some kind of fancy gold colour, but they look like ridiculous. It looks like they've then been dipped in black, like a rubber black coating. So I don't know if they're metal or what, but it's just chaos. I don't know what we're going to do because we can't send them back. I'm potentially going to do them as wagon loads, and then I've next levelled up my wagon loads at minute, so I just don't know. But look, they're everywhere, so probably dot them about and that, and then I don't even know. It's just chaos. I need to apologise an awful last video. We didn't get to show this Deltic off at all, and it kind of ruined it, didn't it? Cameraman Bob's been stood there trying to get that perfect shot, and to be fair, it's parked up today. It's not even going to get a run, I don't think, so we're just going to have to see it next time. I've had that many complaints about these protesters ruining it. I thought I'd have to make it up to you, so what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd run a bit of a poll and let you decide what I buy next, and you did that and you all voted. And as you can see, look, what I've just done it meantime on a side note is I've fenced these boys in, look. Basically, we've got it all Gordoned off now because this man drinking beer, he's called Gordon. I've left him in charge and he's keeping control at scene. And you see that bird there in orange, fella, he's also called Gordon, and he's Gordoning it off from other side. So we've got it Gordoned off in two areas. And I've also put this large canister of liquid fart, and basically that liquid fart's just, I've set it sort of valves open and it's constantly leaking liquid fart all over them, so I'm hoping they're going to move. It stinks, don't get me wrong, it does stink, but they can't get out because I fenced them in. We don't have to look at them, and they're just going to stay there. Annie's still there, she's not happy, but hopefully they'll get that liquid fart. I think there's about 10,000 litres of liquid fart in there, and hopefully they'll just do one because I'm sick of it. And then I thought in meantime, I did a poll and let people choose whether they wanted me to buy an Accurascale sound fitted Colas 37, which I can't believe you didn't have my back on that one. Absolutely unbelievable, but you didn't. Then I thought maybe Colas 60 or that grey Cavalex 60 or a sexy rake of Wagons, and basically Wagons won the poll, didn't they? Unfortunately, no one on my back on Colas 37, which I've been going on about now since early days. So for today, I thought to make it up for you, I bring out this Accurascale 37 grey, which is on fostering scheme. He's going to run around and he's going to collect some of these new wagons because I've had you back. I said I would, and I've bought some wagons. And we'll see what I've bought. And meanwhile, that liquid fart can be releasing to Just Stop Orange's crew. I think that's going to get rid of them. If it ain't, I'm not really sure what to do. But in the meantime, I've got to make some more phone calls because I don't know what else Percy's ordered, but we've already got far too many canisters, haven't we? Military grade and everything, and it's getting a bit chaotic. And if you look at front end of this, Wayne's detailed it up nicely, and looks well decent. That I didn't even realise that you can have snowplows and couplings on these. If you look right back when I get going, it's got a coupling and a snowplow, which is let's get ready. That's absolutely beautiful. I tell you what, though, I couldn't believe it when I figured out it was Percy doing it. Do you know how I figured it out? Because me and Libby were doing a jigsaw the other day, and basically Percy just came along and he just decided that he weren't having any of that, and he's like a bouncer, like a doorman, and he stopped us. I'll show you a picture. And I'm like, Percy, you're going to have to move, pal. We're trying to do a jigsaw here. And do you know what he said to me? I couldn't even believe my ears. He got a right nasty look on his face, and he said, if you don't get out my face, I'm going to carve you up like Freddy Krueger. So I thought, I ain't messing about with you, pal, so I had to leave him. So basically then I thought I'm going to check if he's been on computer keys, and he had been. That's how I figured it all out. How violent is he? I think he's been watching too many films on Netflix. He seems to be into a lot of 80s ninja films. Anyway, in other news, I've got a nice little update for you about my Accurascale 66 that's been at Accurascale since mid-December. I emailed them the other day and I said, hey, pal, it's been 10 weeks, any update? And I got a lovely Autobot reply saying that we understand about your concerns, it's been 10 weeks, blah, blah, blah. And it was so AI, it was next level. And basically said someone will be in touch, and they haven't been in touch, and now it's probably 11 weeks, so starting to get a little bit irritated and annoyed, and I'm going to have to start, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to probably send them some liquid fart as well if they carry on. I mean, I don't want to sound impatient, but how long is a reasonable time to wait? I thought 10 weeks more than enough. Surely more than enough. I mean, it's up to you, Accurascale. You can swap that 66 for one of them latest model Colas 37s you're bringing out and just send me that. I'll happily do the swap, because otherwise that one's going to be vintage, isn't it? And it won't fit my layout. By the time I get it back. Probably all futuristic trains by then, won't it? Hey, I'll tell you what, I've got a bit of newsy update for you, and I don't know if you all know, and it's just new to me, but apparently, and like I say, don't shoot the messenger if I've got it wrong and it's old news, but apparently KD are bringing out an adjustable height KD coupling, which to me is a game changing, so you can choose how high or low it goes on a little bit of a slidey thing. I'll see if I can find a picture out. I took a snapshot. Here, look, so you can basically slide it up or down. I'm sure you must set it with a bit of glue or something, but it's simple, stupid, good, isn't it? I think, anyway. Probably not forever, and I didn't even know, but I've never been able to figure out how to get them always perfect. I've tried sometimes, thought I've got it right, and it's been a bit of a bodgy-looking mess. But, yeah, it's one of them. Mini club's still there. No one's in them now because of this kind of liquid fart, this red canister. It absolutely stinks. We're just trying to get rid of them. They're just like a disease at the minute, so hopefully they'll move on. Yeah, it's just crazy. Just in the meantime, what we're going to do, I'm going to get 31 to reverse onto outer loop now, and I'm going to start running 37. He's going to go and collect his new Wagons foot video. And they have got a bit of a purpose, which I'll explain to you. But I thought while he's doing this, I'm just going to do a couple of shout-outs, because sometimes people get my attention, don't they? And I like to give them some appreciation. So I do write some bits and bobs down on a bit of paper now again, which I've got in front of me. And I'll see if I can read my old handwriting. So stand by. In no particular order, first of all, I want to do a shout-out to Highfell. I don't know if you've seen Highfell. It's a TT120 layout. Also, Highfell. I think it's Captain Highfell. So, sorry, Captain. Just to let you know, I once fell, you know, but I didn't hurt my sensor, bro. I just got back up. Next one's Fred at Wilbury Castle Model Railways. Fred, I hope you're all right, matey. I picked up on your post the other day, probably giving an insensitive reply, which I didn't intend to be insensitive. I don't even know. Do some videos, Fred. I like watching them, mate. Especially that space train. Do a space train. Shout out to Stephen Baldwin, something or other. Don't tell me the rest of your name. You've got like a double barrel name, Steve. You've been watching loads of my stuff lately and doing some great commenting, so thanks very much, mate. And if you don't get a layout sorted, it doesn't matter, does it? Because you can watch my nonsense. Next one on my list is Tom Duxbury. I think it says Duxbury. I can't even read it properly. Says he's watched all my videos at least 3 times, so he's a hardcore member, and I thought I'd give a shout out for that, pal. I've got a Dave Rowledge. It just says for being a madman, so I can't remember what you did, Dave, but I wrote it somewhere, so well done, mate. I like that. I've got my regulars, Australian Andy, Darlington, Daryl Deltic, Dino, even though you couldn't find me at Donny, Jersey Bill, New Model Railway, Mel Kitson, Dinmore, Carl Walker, Hot Dog Pilot, Colwich, Choberton, Tim Wilkes, Oz Food Garden, Medway Peninsula, President XD, Joseph Buckland, my mate Duncan, RDR House, And finally, Tony Woodward, who's done me a right solid and sent me some spare wheels for my 3D print wagon builds. I'm only going to do them 3 wagons, and thanks to Tony, I've printed a load more off, and I'm quite impressed with them, so I'll show them on next video, I think, because they're not quite finished. Super generous gift, really appreciate it, mate. I've also ordered one of them wheel reamers to make sure they run as best as they possibly can. And yeah, I'll leave it for next video. Right, getting back to this one then. He's on outside loop now, so 37 could come round and collect today's new wagons. And I've already put in title, it's the new Bachmann ones. Basically, I wanted some tanker wagons. All the Revolution trains and all that have long sold out, probably when I were even looking properly. And now they've gone to mega money on eBay. So if they come back round again, I might buy them. But I'm not paying £90 for a second-hand wagon because even though my head's not screwed on right, it's screwed on right enough to not pay £90 for a second-hand wagon, even if they are stunningly delicious. Hey, just on a side note, you know, in early 80s, can you remember that, like, there used to be safety adverts, didn't they, like, don't go running on train tracks and all that stuff? Can you remember that cat one? And it said, Charlie says, always tell your mummy before you go off somewhere. And it was like a little boy and a cat with a mouth, with like a bony fish. Can you remember it? Well, I didn't even know this, but it was Percy's dad, that cat. How mad's that? And Percy can do that, he does the same thing as well. He's the same meow as on that advert. Basically tells kids not to go off without telling the mums, which I thought was quite decent. I caught him doing it the other day on the street and I said, how do you know that? And he's like, oh, it was my dad who used to do it on TV. And then I thought, wow, that's unbelievable. Oh, look at this. This is looking decent now. That liquid fart's really filling room, look. They'll be gone by the end of this episode, I guarantee it. And if not, we're going to have to go special measures. There's one, look. Nice little TEA wagon, jet petrol. I basically emptied them all out, and they're also filled with liquid fart for this episode. We're going to circle them. We're going to go in surround sound with it, because I don't think from one angle's enough. So if we're circling it, it's going to do a lot better. So yeah, it's nice, that, isn't it? A nice, fresh, clean wagon. How come you're only showing one fresh, clean wagon? I'll tell you why. Because why show all of them at once? We might as well back up, connect up, make it a little bit longer, and it makes the video a bit longer, doesn't it? And I can talk some more nonsense while it's reversing. So this one's brand fire new. It's, I think, the 2025 release as well. Box, in fact, they are, because it says that box on date on inside. So they've got to be one of the freshest wagons out there. Apart from this one's not very fresh at the minute with what's inside it. And then I bought this weathered up one, and I tell you what, they've up game, haven't they, with weathering on wagons. That no longer are they just spraying them brown and then putting smoke on roofs at locos. They're actually doing some good stuff. So as you can see with this one, it's got like paint scraped off looking, it's got shiny oil spill, it's got matte paint, it's got all sorts of stuff going on. I'll do some close-ups in a bit, but that's loco, not loco, wagon number 2. Look at the state of it, it's absolutely decent. And I was talking to Ken Bachmann about it the other day, and apparently Vera Wang does weathering on these, you know, so that's alright, isn't it? She's quite good. I don't know if it's Vera Wang who does all that perfume stuff, but it's just someone called Vera Wang. So we'll get these picked up, tuck around, and see what else we can find if we've got any more. Surely I only bought 2, that's not a sexy rake. But that's a sexy angle, isn't it, look? It's good to be early at the party, to be fair, because normally when I buy stuff, it's normally when I'll not get interested till it's already sold out and then gone to mega money. Like them Accurascale PFA wagons, and I can't finish my rake of them. But to be fair, I've had a few little bits and bobs fall off them, so I do quite like Bachmann wagons, you know, because to me, they've got enough detail that they're convincing and they look really good, but not too much where it kind of hinders the running of them and bits and bobs are falling off them, which I can't fix because I'm too heavy-handed. Apparently, Sally don't go in that tunnel anymore. She said she thinks it's haunted, but I don't know what she's talking about. Done a few more detailer bits, look, for this area. I've got that blue business there, and I've got some more piles of stuff there. Couple of boxes next to tall building, and oh look, there's two more. They look parked up waiting to be collected, so that's convenient, isn't it? What we'll have to do is reverse. Luckily, all line's clear. Look, it's chaos around it, but there's a nice little path in there, so that should be all right. Get your send back in, driver, and let's get them connected up. It'll be beautiful. Nice little cheeky overhead shot. I tell you what, you know, I've picked up a bit of a 3D printing addiction. You know, it's getting a little bit beyond the joke now. I've done in total now. I've got 11 wagons printed up. I managed to squeeze 2 bodies per plate and 2 bases per plate. You lose a slight bit of quality, but I still think they're well passable. They still look a lot better than non-resin printed ones, I think. So you'll have to see when I bring them up. But accessories galore now. I've printed and bought all sorts of stuff. In fact, I bought 2 more litres of resin to print because I've already gone through 3 now. So cracking on. I did another build plate and all the other day. Not build plate, you know, release film. You might not even know what I'm talking about, but basically it's just a part that you can damage if you don't pay enough attention. And it costs about a tenner each time you do it. So I'm on to my 3rd print screen now, which is annoying. I think they're designed to be replaceable anyway, but if you mess up and damage them early, it's just a bit of a it's a tricky one to swallow. Really, it gets right on my nerves because it's like wasting money, and I don't particularly like wasting money. So this wagon we've picked up is the jet fuel one, but it's the unbranded one, you know, where they've painted over it, and I love that. I really like it. I like that stripe on it and all, you know, that white and blue stripe. I think it looks well. And then it's going to get the other one that's the weathered version, so I've got 3 of them now, 1 of each, a brand new looking, a weathered looking, and a weathered and debranded one. So yeah, it's all right, isn't it? And there's my 3D printed ones, them yellow ones there, look. That one's a 3D printed up to now, parked up. Not decided on load for them. I think I'm going to run these new ones I'm doing. I think I'm going to do a load of, you know, packs of sleepers. I think it'll look all right, that. I don't know what you guys think now, but I'm starting to think this is starting to look like a decent little train, isn't it? So let's get a shot of him running up at bridge, shall we? So just jumping back to my 3D prints, I've managed to print a boat out to go down that scene with river down bottom at Viaduct. I've always wanted one and never put trigger on them because they're about a tenner for 3 whenever I've seen them from like Bachmann and whatnot. I only really wanted one, and it's like a 10 quid for a boat. It just seems crazy. I could probably actually buy a real boat for a tenner if I shopped around. So yeah, I've got that, and then I've got quite a few bits and pieces, to be fair. I've got a few station accessories. I've got a couple of clocks to print off. I'm going to do one of them. It's going to be a big black one, so that should be all right. I'm going to do it with some nice silver numbers. Probably do 2 of them, one at each side at station. And then I've got some pallets, some decent quality pallets as well, what I'm happy with. All sorts of stuff, so you'll see it all soon enough. The only problem is it's spending hours painting. I mean, I've been airbrushing galore recently. And as you've just seen, he's just shouted over to the driver, there's 2 more here, and these ones at Mirko ones. Other 2 Mirko ones, same as other one, an heavy weathered one with all scratchy bits, and other one's just a weathered one. So the only one out of the range I haven't got is the non-weathered Mirko. And I'm not bothered either way whether I get that or not. We'll have to see what this looks like running round, won't we? Should be all right now. I think realistically, as an absolute minimum, I need at least another 5 of these. What do you reckon? I don't think this is enough, but it were enough for this month until I get paid. What can I tell you in other news? I still got that crappy throat. I tell you what, I've had it since December now. It's absolutely minging. I might need some antibiotics to be fair. Keep coughing and spluttering all the time. It's horrible. Yeah, in other news, my Accurascale 37 that I ordered from TMC, my God, we're coming up to at least 7.5 weeks on that now, and that was something that were in stock. So I know I asked them to fit me a detailed front end, and it's getting weathered, but it's taking a while, like, innit? I get impatient with stuff. I mean, to me, I don't know. Anyway, a bit of a slow close pass here, look, so be able to get a bit of an idea what they look like. It's quite funny because when I first got into model railways a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now, I saw these big long tanker wagons on eBay, and I think at the time I was seeing them at like £30, maybe £35. Not these ones, obviously, because these ones are brand new, but you know, the older ones, so they do them in green, don't the Bachmann green ones, and they do SO fuel and all that. But I remember seeing them and thinking, bloody hell, they're £30 second hand, there's no way I'm paying that. I'm not paying that for a model. And then a few years pass and that £30 seems insignificant, doesn't it? It's quite frightening. Luckily, I bought these on the WPG scheme, so I only actually had to pay 35 for them, which is all right, isn't it? What do you reckon to buffers on that 3D printed wagon? I 3D printed them ones. Other ones were them Bachmann ones, but were a tenner, but I thought, I ain't just going to pay a tenner every time for 2 wagons. That's absolutely crazy. I think they look all right, them. And I've done them quite grimy and rusty looking, haven't I? I think I quite like them. I think it's more than acceptable. They're quite big like them ones, aren't they? I deliberately did them quite big as a bit of a comedy value. I don't even know if it's funny, but to me it is. Quite an arty shot, that, wasn't it? You know, it like blurred in background. It were all deliberate. I don't know if you're picking up on these details, but this will be a nice shot. This is one of my favourite shots on this layout, where it's across bridge, zoomed in, and then I zoom back a bit, and it all looks all right. And it's a nice little rake, innit, that? But what do you reckon? It needs to be double length, do you think, or do you think it needs to be double and then some? What do you think to this death chasm here, look, on a side note? I've never really noticed how scary that looks, look. That bloke stood right on edge, and if he falls down there's no coming back, is there? Yeah, scary times. Maybe I should have put a bit of a warning on in case anyone's got a serious fear of chasms, so sorry about that if you have got one. We do offer a chasm counselling service. It's £45 a minute. If you want to do that over the phone, let me know. So 31 news, he's still running absolutely faultless and beautiful. No problems with that whatsoever, apart from they have got quite lengthy looking couplings, but that'll be all about to change at some point. That were a good shot, wasn't it? Old cameraman Bob being brave and all getting on railway line. Yeah, I thought that might be coming, mate. I thought that might be coming. You can't stand on lines, Bob. I know you get some decent shots out of it, but you're just going to get yourself into bother. It's not worth it. I've not filmed any of that 3D printing wagon stuff because who needs to see it? I've shown a few bits before. I've not even filmed weathering of it. I've just got it out there. Built reamer's just coming up. Postman's just brought it now as I'm doing this. So as soon as I've finished this, I'll crack on doing that, reaming them wheels and see if it makes a blind bit of difference. But apparently it does. And then next video will be out shortly. And it stinks, doesn't it? Can you smell it at home? I mean, I'm sorry about it. I know it's a bit horrible, but it's the only thing I can think of that's not extreme violence, because I'm trying to promote, like, you know, like a better society. And I just think a little bit of Trump doesn't hurt anyone, does it? Anyway, as you can see, it's picking up speed now. Another bit of detail there. It's all about the details, isn't it? Yeah, it's picking up speed for some faster running shots, so we'll get some of them done, and then video will be about done, won't it? We've got about 5 minutes left, I think, folks, so get ready. Some nice little sweepers coming up and some nice little faster passers. So enjoy it, sit back, put your feet up, sup rest of your tea down, or it'll be cold by now, and enjoy. You'll have to let us know as well. For next video, do you want, I'm going to let you do a little bit of I might do a poll actually. Elgin 45, Class 45 a classic, or I've got Elgin 33 that's not come out yet from fostering, or Cavalex 56 EWS, and I can get EWS train on go. Let us know in comments which you'd prefer out of them three, and we'll go with one of them. And I might even do a poll. No, I'm not going to officially do a poll because I've already done one this week, and you can't have too many polls, can you? So yeah, in your comments you can just stick 45, 33 or 56 on under your comment. I'll know what it means. I'll tot them all up, all 2 of them, because I'm sure only 2 of you will be bothered. watching it this far in as well, because I know there's people who skip, because who's got 30 minutes to spare in their life? Sometimes you have, sometimes you haven't. It don't matter, does it? It is what it is. Look at details everywhere. It's almost sickening, isn't it? You know, seeing details like this. I mean, look at that pallet, like next level. Little bit of a dumping ground here. We've been trying to get this cleaned up for a long time, but we seem to be struggling. So what do you reckon to new wagons? I'm loving them, me. I'm absolutely loving them. I've always, like I say, I've wanted some since beginning, so I'm happy with them. I don't know whether to get, there's still a couple of black ones available, you know, old Esso. Do you think that'll fit in as a bit of an odd bod? Or would you go in more of them? Let me know what you think with that, if you can be bothered. Also, what I was going to say, unfortunately, they've not done a job, have they, getting rid of Just Stop Oranges protesters. They're still there. And that tank's about empty as well, so that's not worked. So I'm going to have to come up with a new plan. Security team thinks he's got the definitive answer. But it's going to need one of his mates from Iraq to come in. And I think he's away till next weekend, so that might be a while off yet. But he thinks he can sort it for me. He said he's got the perfect tool, but currently it's in Baghdad, so it's not anywhere near, is it? So it's going to take a while. Liberty Junction 2 news, I've done absolutely no with, to be fair. I've printed a few bits and bobs of test platform out, because I've got some digital platform prints. And they look alright. I don't know if I'm overly happy with them yet, I'm not sure. I need to get a decent... last time I tried printing resin brick, I made it look absolutely crap. So what I need to do is find out a decent technique to make it look realistic, because if I can't paint brick looking decent, then what's point? So yeah, seriously need to practice that. Anyway, here's a few real close-ups so you can have a decent look. So look, there's some nice little grab handles there, separately fitted parts, and decent stickers and warning labels and all sorts. Look, no naked flames, all sorts of stuff. There's all this fancy pants underneath stuff, which you don't always see. It's not over the top though, is it? It's not like, if you look at it, it's not flimsy where it's going to break off, or so lying low like some stuff that's put on some wagons scrapes into all your buffers and stuff, doesn't it, and into sleepers and scratches ground. So there's none of that, so I'm liking that. These this livery is applied lovely. It looks really nice. The weathering, like I've said, it's more than, I'm more than happy with that out at box. I mean, if I buy another, say if I do buy another 5, I'll probably weather some up myself and give it a go, or add to it, or just to make them a little bit different. But yeah, I'm well happy with it. I'm well happy with it. And they've run round a few good dozen loops and notes fell off them, so that's all right, isn't it? Nice glossy oil spill on a matte body. It just looks decent. It's just a bit of effort, isn't it, that they've done. That's not just brown paint sprayed on side with an airbrush in one foul sweep and that's it, job done. So I'm happy with them. They run absolutely beautiful. I did derail them all at one point, but that was because I'd forgot to set point like an absolute maniac, and they went crashing down track and caused all kinds of chaos. People were fearing for the safety. But basically, I blamed all that on Just Stop Oil protesters. I basically said that they'd done point, so everyone believed me, but they're not. But that's just how it is, isn't it? Anyway, this tank, this liquid fart's run out now. He quite likes it. I mean, you're not wired up right when you start laughing at your own childish jokes, are you? It's just crazy, but yeah. Gonna have to come up with a plan C for these guys, I'm afraid. Because B certainly hasn't worked. Percy, do us a favour, just for video. Just, you know that thing where your dad says, always tell your mummy before you go off somewhere? Do it for us. Cheers, pal. I told you could, didn't I? It's decent. Thanks for watching, folks. See you later.